everyone. Welcome into another episode of Matt Sports Talk. And in this video, we are going to be recapping the men's tournament quarterfinal games. And without further ado, we'll dive into that. And our first matchup will take us to Winona Lake, Indiana, where one-seeded Grace faced off against one-seeded Grace faced off against 8-seeded Spring Arbor. And Grace, the winners here, 88-72. And leading the way for Spring Arbor was Travis Grayson. Had a really good shooting game, 23 points, 8 of 17 shooting, 2 of 5 from deep, 5 of 9 at the line. He had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. You had 18 points for David Cundiff, 7 of 9 shooting, 4 of 5 from deep, 7 assists, 1 rebound, 1 steal. 5 points for Ty Reisky, 2 of 3 shooting, 1 of 1 from deep, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Really good numbers there. 5 points for Brandon Trilly. Now 2 of the 5 were at the free throw line though. And he also had 4 rebounds and 1 steal. And 8 points for Dante Favor, 4 of 5 shooting with 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. And off the bench, Warwick Elder in 3 minutes of action, 3 points, 1 of 1 shooting, which was all from deep. 2 points for Eli White with 2 rebounds, 2 points for Aiden Zank, which was all charity stripe, and 6 points for Brandon King, 4 rebounds and 2 assists. And Spring Arbor, they didn't shoot the ball bad at all. 49 from the field, 44 from 3. Now, the difference in this game was the free throw line. They were 9 of 17 from the charity stripe for just 52%, and that made all the difference there. And then for Grace, they shot better from the field at 54, worse from 3 at 34, and they were slightly better at the free throw line, 7 out of 11 for 63. And leading the way for Grace was Hunter Walston, 20 points, 7 of 13 shooting, 3 of 7 from deep, 3 of 4 at the line. He had 2 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 steals. Really good balanced numbers there. You had 15 points for Tyler Rouse, 7 of 11 shooting, 1 of 2 from deep, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. You had 11 points for Gage Sefton with 5 of 8 shooting, 1 of 2 from deep, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 steal. You had 8 points for Grady Carpenter, 3 of 6 shooting, 1 of 2 from deep, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals. And 2 points for Ian Roush, Grace's leading scorer, coming back from injury. 1 of 3 shooting in just 12 minutes of action, 3 rebounds as well. Off the bench, you had Michael Wellman with 4 rebounds and 1 block. 6 points for Cannon Hauser, 2 of 7 shooting with 1 of 2 from the line, 3 rebounds and 3 assists, plus a steal. And then 24 points for Gavin Benton, 10 of 12 shooting, 2 of 3 from deep, 2 of 2 at the line, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. And 2 points for Luke Bricker with 3 rebounds and 3 assists. And that was your matchup there. The next matchup will take us to Huntington, Indiana, where 3-seeded Huntington faced off against 6-seeded MVNU, and Huntington, no problem here, 85-68, the final score. And leading the way for MVNU was Trent Koning with 14 points, 6 of 14 from the floor, 2 of 6 from deep, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. You had 10 points for Peyton Heiss, struggled shooting at just 3 of 17, but he had 9 rebounds and 2 steals. You had 8 points for Isaiah Brown, also struggled shooting at 4 of 15, but he had 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. And then you had Reed Platfoot, did not score, but he had 4 rebounds on the night. And then 11 points for Abib, 4 of 6 shooting, 1 of 3 from deep, 2 of 4 at the line, 8 rebounds, and 1 steal for him. And off the bench, you had 3 points for B.D. Laurie in just 3 minutes of action, 1 of 1 shooting, which was all from deep with a rebound. You also had Grant Burkholder, 4 minutes of action with an assist and a steal. 3 minutes of action, Junior Kambamba got some playing time, as well as Drew Koning. And then Kieran Granville, 9 points, 4 of 7 shooting with 6 rebounds and a block. And 13 points for Devin Dreyer, 4 of 7 shooting, 5 of 6 from deep, 7 rebounds and 2 assists. And MVNU really struggled shooting at 36, struggled from 3 at 20. Now, they were really good at the free throw line, converting 10 out of 14 for 71. And then for Huntington, you had 21 points for Caden Johnson. Really no surprise here. 21 points, 10 rebounds, another double-double, 8 of 11 shooting, 5 of 6 at the line. He had 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block to go along with that. 12 points for Miles Good, 4 of 11 shooting, 2 of 6 from deep, 2 of 2 at the line. He had 1 rebound, 3 assists, 3 steals. 6 points for Cade Brenner. Struggled shooting at 2 of 8, but he had 3 rebounds. And then you had 9 points for Keelane Lassisi and 13 rebounds, so nearly a double-double. 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks to go along with those 9 points. 3 of 5 shooting, 1 of 2 from deep, 2 of 4 at the line for Lassisi. And then Jackson Paul with 11 points. Struggled shooting at 3 of 12, but he was 4 of 5 at the line. 2 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal for him. Off the bench, Jackson Jones, 3 points in 5 minutes of action. You also had Tatum Metzger getting some playing time in the last minute, no statistics. 5 points for Matthew Spears, 2 of 5 shooting with 3 rebounds. And then Luke LaGrange, 1 minute of action, no statistics. And Landon Beagle was the big one off the bench. 18 points, 6 of 8 shooting, 5 of 7 from deep, 1 of 1 at the line, 7 rebounds and 2 assists for him. Huntington shot better from the field at 46, better from 3 at 41, and they were better at the free throw line, converting 14 out of 18 for 77. And that was your match up there. The next matchup will take us to Mishawaka, Indiana, where 4-seeded Bethel face off against 5-seeded Taylor, and Bethel, the winners here, 84-73, avenging an earlier season, or should I say, avenging the first regular season loss in Mishawaka to Taylor. Now, with 5 minutes to go, Bethel actually was up 25 points in this game. Then Taylor went on a 17-1 run, and then Bethel iced the game at the free throw line after that. And looking at stats for Bethel, you had 24 points for Isaiah Day, 8 of 16 shooting, 6 of 11 from deep, 2 of 2 at the line, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal for him. You had 7 points for Anthony McGee with 1 assist, 6 points for Carson Gold, 2 of 5 shooting, 2 of 3 of that was from deep, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals for him, and 7 points for Nate Paulberg, 3 of 6 shooting with 2 rebounds. Pete Combs, 9 points, 4 of 8 shooting, 5 rebounds, 2 assists as well. Off the bench, TJ Davidson with 4 points, 1 of 4 shooting, 2 of 2 at the line, 1 rebound, and 1 steal. You had Nor Rogar with 6 points. Now, 2 of the 6 were at the free throw line, though. He also had 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. And then Levin Smith, 3 minutes of action, no statistics. And Nathan Baker with 10 points. 6 of the 10 were at the free throw line, though. 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals for him. And Taylor, they didn't shoot the ball bad from the field at 41. They struggled from 3 at 33. And the other big difference in this game, they really struggled at the free throw line, converting 14 out of 27 for 51. And obviously, if you convert 13 more free throws, you win the game by 2 points. So obviously, that kind of, I'm sure, looms large for Taylor. Now, they are on the bubble for the national tournament, despite the tough loss last night, so we will wait to see how that plays out on the selection show next Thursday night at 7 o'clock Eastern. And then for Bethel, Bethel shot better from the field at 45, better from 3 at 40, and they were better at the free throw line, converting 19 out of 28 for 67. 18 points for Colin Comer leading the way, 6 of 12 shooting, 6 of 11 from deep, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. 13 points for Bo Jacque, 4 of 6 shooting, 5 of 5 at the line, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. 7 points for Austin Kripe with 1 rebound, 4 assists, and 2 steals. 11 points for Alonis Basilius and 13 rebounds, a double-double for him with 11 points, 13 rebounds. He was 4 of 5 shooting with 6 assists and 4 steals. And 14 points for Luke McBride, 4 of 10 shooting, 3 of 5 from deep, 3 of 4 at the line, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. And then off the bench, Mason Bales with 3 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist in just 8 minutes of action. Jameer Jefferson with 4 points, all at the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Really good balanced numbers there. And then 1 point for Carter Kent, which was at the charity stripe, 2 assists for him. 9 points for Andrew Hedrick, 4 of 6 shooting, 1 of 1 at the line with 2 assists. And 4 points for Alex Ellenson, 2 of 2 at the line, 1 of 1 shooting with a rebound. And that was your match up there. The final matchup will take us to Marion, Indiana, where 2-seeded Indiana Wesleyan faced off against 7-seeded St. Francis. Indiana Wesleyan, no problem here. 97-55, the final score. And of course, I watched part of the game. I watched part of the game on demand this morning and saw some members of the IWU women's basketball team was in attendance, which was awesome to see. You had Bria Garber, Tori Thompson, Corinne Grivey, Ellie Kelleher, as well as Addie Hovey, all in attendance. So obviously that was pretty cool, even on demand, to see all of them in attendance last night, or at least those few, to watch the men play. And of course, the women's team will be at 4-seeded Marion, or number 4 ranked Marion. They are the number 1 seed in the league tournament on the women's side. IWU WBB will be down in Indianapolis tomorrow night, so that should be interesting to see how all that plays out. And by the way, after this video, please stay tuned, because I am going to be going over with you all of the conferences regarding how many teams they get into the national tournament, because we're obviously in the heart of the league tournaments. So in case you do not know how many teams get in on the women's side, I definitely wanted to take some time and talk more about that, as well as some teams that could potentially take bids away, and we've already seen that, especially yesterday. And I'm sure we're probably going to see more of that today and tomorrow as the tournament continues on. And then looking up stats for St. Francis in terms of the men's games from last night, you had 12 points leading the way was Jordan Fernie, 5 of 10 shooting, 2 of 4 from deep, 2 assists and 2 steals. You had 10 points for Carson Rogers, 4 of 9 shooting, 2 of 2 at the line, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. 8 points for Braden Messenger with 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. 5 points for Mara Avance with 3 rebounds, 1 assist. and only 1 point for Joe Reedy, which was at the free throw line, 5 rebounds for him. Off the bench, Keyshawn McNeil with 4 points, 2 assists, only 1 point for Justin McNelkin, that was at the free throw line, 1 assist and 2 steals, 8 points for Malachi King with 1 rebound. Sam Johnson got some playing time in 4 minutes, had a steal, and Trey Dillard 6 points in 11 minutes, 2 of 5 shooting, 2 of 4 at the line with 3 rebounds. St. Francis really struggled shooting at 37 and struggled from 3 at 23, and they also struggled at the free throw line, converting just 10 out of 20 for obviously 50%. Now looking up stats for the Wildcats, 17 points leading the way was Cademan Bontrager, 6 of 9 shooting, 1 of 2 from 3, 4 of 5 at the line, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 16 points for Jake Smith, 7 of 8 shooting, 2 of 3 from deep, 1 rebound, 5 assists, 1 steal, 9 points for Millen McCartney, 3 of 4 shooting, which is all from deep, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. And then you had 8 points for Isaac Andrews, 3 of 7 shooting, 2 of 6 from deep, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. Really, really good balanced numbers there. And then 2 points for DJ Moore. That was at the free throw line, though. He had 1 rebound, 6 assists, 4 steals, 1 blocks. Really, really good balanced numbers there as well. And then off the bench, in 8 minutes of action, Matthew Brown with 3 points. That was from 1 of 2 shooting, and that was from 3. 1 rebound as well for him. 10 points for Julius Gizzi, 4 of 7 shooting, 2 of 2 at the line. He had 3 rebounds and 3 assists. And then you had Connor Hassong in 3 minutes of action, no statistics. And then 3 points for Noah Reed, 1 of 1 shooting, which was all from deep. 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. 6 points for Crew Gibson, 2 of 4 shooting, 1 of 2 from deep, 1 of 2 at the line. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block for him. And you had Marcus Ankney with 10 points, 5 of 5 shooting with 1 assist. 4 points for Cliff Gashumba, off 2 of 2 shooting with 3 rebounds plus an assist and a block. And then 9 points for Kevin Sakas, 3 of 7 shooting, 1 of 2 from deep, 2 of 3 at the line, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. And the Wildcats shot excellent from the field at 61, really good from 3 at 46, and they were way better at the free throw line, converting 11 out of 14 for 78. And that was your match up there. And that concludes recapping all the quarterfinal games from last night. Now previewing the semifinal games, you'll have 4-seeded Bethel at 1-seeded Grace on Saturday. That will be at 1 o'clock. And then at 3 o'clock, you'll have 3-seeded Huntington at 2-seeded Indiana Wesleyan. And then the winners of those games will meet up for the Crossroads League Tournament Championship game coming up Tuesday night at 7 p.m. So looking at the updated records, Grace moves to 26-3 on the year. Indiana Wesleyan moves to 25-4. Bethel moves to 23-6. Huntington moves on to 22-7. Taylor, right now, even though they're on the bubble, right now they are 19-10. They'll await the selection show next Thursday night. And Mount Vernon Nazarene 17-12. The last team on the bubble, also waiting for the selection show next Thursday night. St. Francis ends their year 12-16, and Spring Arbor ends their year 13-16. And then, of course, Goshen and Marion did not make the league tournament. Goshen ended their year 9-19, Marion 5-23. So that is an updated view of all of that. So in our next video, we are going to be talking about all of how many teams get in each and every conference on the women's side. And we will also take a look at some teams that could take away bids. And of course, that's going to happen because of just how competitive everything is. So we're going to be looking at all of that coming up in the next video. So again, make sure that you stay tuned for that. So if you did enjoy this video, please either like, comment, or subscribe. Any one of those options helps me out greatly, and I truly appreciate any feedback that you may provide me. And I don't know what happened to my internet here. I don't know. Okay, never mind. I got it back. I wondered what was going on there for a second. So that is an updated view of that. So again, make sure that you stay tuned. And if you did enjoy this video, please either like, comment, or subscribe. Any one of those options helps me out greatly. Thanks so much for tuning into this video, and I will see you momentarily in the next video when we are going to be talking about all things national tournament, how many teams in each conference, how many teams get in each conference, whether that's an automatic bid, maybe an at-large bid. We are going to talk about all of that coming up in the next video, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. Thanks so much for tuning in to this video, and I will see you momentarily. God bless.